10 is saying traffic separation schemes. This rule applies to traffic separation schemes adopted by the organization and does not relieve any vessel of her obligation under any other rule as per 10A. So here in the ship's routing we will get the list of TSS adopted by the IMO, and the rule 10A is saying like the rule 10 as well as apart from rule 10 any other rule which is applicable, which is relevant, that will also apply. Like in the cases we have made the TSS course of 000 where A and B are in the crossing situation, so the rule 10 as well as rule 15 will apply. So in the TSS course of 180 degree between C and D vessel, the rule 10 and the rule 13 will apply because the C is overtaking vessel D. So this rule is applicable where apart from the rule 10 any other rule apply, so here that will also apply here. The rule 10 traffic separation scheme, the B is saying a vessel using a traffic separation scheme shall 1. Proceed in the appropriate traffic lane in the general direction of traffic flow for that lane. So the TSS course of 000, that is in the northward direction, and the one downward course is 180, that is the southerly course. So all the vessel has to follow the general direction of traffic flow. So in the second part is so far as practicable keep clear of traffic separation line or separation zone. So here I have made in the 000 course of traffic separation scheme between A and B. So if the vessel A is in a separation line or closer to the separation line, so if the vessel is coming from inshore traffic, so it will be a head-on situation. So the vessel A has to move as per rule 14. The vessel has to move to the starboard side. So the TSS vessel will go to inshore traffic. So it will be a not safe for the vessel A because the vessel A has to follow the TSS. Now the instruction for the C vessel, that is in the TSS course of 180 degree, the vessel is closer to the separation zone, so it is advisable that so far as practicable the keep clear of traffic separation line or separation zone. Rule 10b 3 is saying normally join or leave a traffic lane at the termination of the lane, but when joining or leaving from either side shall do so at as small an angle to the general direction of traffic flow as practicable. So I have made the diagram of the northward separation and the southward course of a TSS. So when the vessel is joining in the northward course, the vessel is joining at a small an angle, and when the vessel has to leave from the southward course of the TSS, so it is leaving at a smaller angle. So the rule B3 is saying joining or leaving at a small angle, and it is advised that normally, it is insisting the word normally, join or leave if practicable at the termination of the lane. So it will not make any confusion for the other vessel which are following a TSS. Rule 10 traffic separation scheme. The C point is saying a vessel shall, so far as practicable, avoid crossing traffic lanes, but if obliged to do so, shall cross on a heading as nearly as practicable at right angles to the general direction of traffic flow. Here I have made an example. The general direction of traffic flow is 000 degree, like the northward course. The red line, that is the shortest distance between the separation line and the separation zone. When the vessel has to cross the separation line to come to the other side, so the vessel has a speed which is a constant. So vessel will take a less time to pass the lane. But if the vessel is going through D1, the D1 is making some angle which is more than the D, so it takes more time. So the risk of collision or the close quarter situation will develop accordingly. So it is advisable to make a 90 degree to the general direction of the traffic flow to cross a traffic lane. Rule 10 Traffic suppression scheme. The D1 is saying a vessel shall not use an inshore traffic zone when she can safely use the appropriate traffic lane within the adjacent traffic suppression scheme. However, a vessel of less than 20 meter in length, sailing vessel, and vessels engaged in fishing may use the inshore traffic zone. Now, the northerly TSS course and other side is southerly TSS course. Now, the east of the northerly TSS course, we have inshore traffic zone. As per the D1 is saying, the vessel of 20 meter in length, sailing vessel and the fishing vessel may use, means they have the immunity to be in the TSS as well as they can use the inshore traffic. So it's flexible for them. But for the other vessel which are using the TSS, in the D1 is saying a vessel shall not use an inshore traffic zone. Means here the shall not use, the word has used. So this is actually giving the command that the vessel which is following the TSS shall follow the TSS and shall not use the inshore traffic. Rule 10. Traffic suppression scheme. D2 is saying, notwithstanding subparagraph D1, a vessel may use an inshore traffic zone when en route to or from a port of store installation or structure, ballast station, or any other place situated within the inshore traffic zone or to avoid immediate danger. Here it is highlighting notwithstanding subparagraph D1, where in the D1 we get the vessel of less than 20 meter length, sailing vessel, fishing vessel may use the TSS as well as the inshore traffic zone. But a vessel which is following the TSS shall follow the TSS. So here it is the D2 is saying notwithstanding subparagraph D1, means this D2 is not standing with D1. Here is saying a vessel may use an inshore traffic zone when en route to or from a port, like a vessel has to go for the load port or the discharge port, coming towards or going away from the port, or of store installation. So the supply vessel has to go for the crew change for food provision for the offshore installation, or if there is a pilot station for, so vessel has to cross the TSS to pick up the pilot, or any other place, like if there is a STS area, so the vessel has to go for the STS, or to avoid immediate danger in case of emergency. A vessel may use inshore traffic zone. Rule 10. Traffic suppression scheme. Party is saying a vessel other than a crossing vessel or a vessel joining or leaving a lane shall not normally enter a suppression zone or cross a suppression line except in case of emergency to avoid immediate danger, and the second one is to engage in fishing within a suppression zone. So for a crossing vessel, joining vessel, leaving vessel, a vessel can enter TSS zone as well as in the suppression line. So from a southerly course of a TSS, we see there is a crossing vessel as well as a joining vessel of the southerly course. Now in the northerly course, one vessel that is leaving, entering in TSS zone and crossing the southerly course as well as joining the southerly course. So for the suppression zone to enter, a vessel engaged in fishing, and one is the in emergency cases to avoid immediate danger like steering fail, so vessel will not under command, main engine fail, the vessel will not under command. If there is MOB, man overboard, it's a urgent, it's a distress, and if the vessel is nearby and to assist the SAR operation. Rule 10. Traffic suppression scheme. A vessel navigating in areas near the termination of traffic suppression scheme shall do so with particular caution. Here in the TSS of southerly course, where we have the three vessels 1, 2 and 3, that is in the red one, the termination area is that one when the TSS is entered. After that it will be a area where the particular caution to be applied for all vessels as the risk of collision is more, means the situational awareness of all the vessels should be highest, should be more. So at the termination area, the vessels, they will decide from where to go, because in the TSS the course is as per the TSS, like here the southerly course. So 1, 2, 3 vessel, they are following the southerly course. But at the after termination area,
their course is something different from the TSS as required. So here it is particular area is particular caution is here, so it actually giving a situational awareness. Rule 10 traffic suppression scene. Part G is saying a vessel shall, so far as practicable, avoid anchoring in traffic suppression scene or in area near its termination. We have the TSS and the TSS course, that is the southerly course. Here the word is used practicable. So practicable and avoid anchoring in TSS as well as in near its termination. So near its termination, so there will be traffic density, higher traffic density, and in the TSS as well. So the risk of collision that will be more. The vessel which is following the TSS, they have the more chances of risk of collision with the anchor vessel because of the swimming circle and the turning circle. The ship's heading is variable. Ship's heading is changing constantly. The case of anchor dragging also. So these are all the certain factors where the risk of collision be more. So the word is used. Suppose there is, if in case of emergency, then we can anchor. But the word here used, a vessel shall, so far as practicable. Just anybody can think practically. If the vessel is coming and if there is one anchor vessel, so because of the heading change, it will be difficult for other vessels to pass, and the risk of collision will be more. So, but in case of emergency, a vessel can anchor. Rule 10, the traffic suppression scheme. 10H is saying a vessel not using a traffic suppression scheme shall avoid it by as wide a margin as is practicable. So in the TSS of southerly course, where the number 1 vessel is following the TSS and number 2 and number 3 is not following the TSS. As per 10H it is saying for the vessel of number 2 and number 3 that they should avoid it by as wide a margin as is practicable. Otherwise, there will be a risk of collision. So generally, the TSS is working on the principle of relative speed. Rule 10, traffic suppression scheme. Part I is saying a vessel engaged in fishing shall not impede the passage of any vessel following a traffic lane. Here in the southerly course of TSS, where the word is used any vessel. Here, just as example, I am putting powered vessel. It can be NUC, it can be RAM, it can be sailing vessel, or it can be a CVD. So the fishing vessel which is crossing the TSS zone in the eastward course like 090. So here is giving that it shall not impede the passage of any vessel following a traffic lane. So the fishing vessel will wait, and until unless the vessel is not clear, the fishing vessel will not pass the TSS, or it will pass in such a way so it can easily cross the TSS suppression zone as well as the line without impeding the passage of any vessel. So here the TSS has a free movement, has the free movement in such a way that she shall not impede the passage of any vessel of a traffic lane. If we go in the section of 10DI, the fishing vessel can use the inshore traffic, and if we go with the 10E2, a fishing vessel can enter a suppression line and can be in a suppression zone. So the fishing vessel will do fishing activity only in the TSS zone or in inshore traffic or inshore zone, but not in the TSS. Rule 10, traffic suppression scheme. 10J is a vessel of less than 20 meter in length or a sailing vessel shall not impede the safe passage of a power driven vessel following a traffic lane. So in the TSS of a southerly course, where the CVD is maintaining a course of around 180, and for the number 2, that is in the port bow of a CVD, it is indicating that a vessel of less than 20 meter or sailing vessel. So as per rule 10J, they should not impede the safe passage of a power driven vessel following a traffic lane. So safe passage here indicate as a draft restriction. So if we go in 10D1, it is giving the degree of movement. A degree of movement means given for the 3 vessel, like a vessel of less than 20 meter in length, sailing vessel, fishing vessel, because they can use inshore zone as well as a TSS zone. So the degree of movement is there for all the vessels. for the sailing vessel, fishing vessel, and the vessel of less than 20 meter in length. And 10I is saying impede the passage. It is given for the fishing vessel. And this rule, like 10J, is saying impede the safe passage. It is given for the CBD, that the vessel of a less than 20 meter and the sailing vessel shall not impede the safe passage of a CBD. Rule 10, traffic separation seam. The 10K is a vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver when engaged in an operation for the maintenance of safety of navigation in a traffic separation seam is exempted from complying with this rule to the extent necessary to carry out the operation. So, in the TSS of a southerly course where the ram is in the northerly course, the other vessel shall keep clear of the ram because the ram is have the immunity. Here the punching word is exempted, and another punching word is to the extent. Means if the ram is in the TSS and doing some maintenance work, like for the safety of navigation, replacing boya with a new one, repair work, or the new boya placing, etc. So the ram is exempted until unless the work is not completed, and it has got the immunity. Rule 10, traffic separation seam. 10L is saying a vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver when engaged in an operation for the laying, servicing, or picking up of a submarine cable within a traffic separation seam is exempted from complying with this rule to the extent necessary to carry out the operation. Here the ram has immunity because the punching word is exempted, and to the extent means the servicing or laying or picking up of submarine cable, if the ram is doing, they are exempted from complying with the traffic separation seam rule, and to the extent means until unless the work is not completed, they have the immunity, and the other vessel will keep clear of the ram.